Greetings, Benjamin J. from BENZTRAINZ with another in the series. Well, I was up at Menards today and picked up a couple of trucks. These are the Denver die-cast that Menards makes. And these are actually fairly decent, and they're $1.99 each. And got a ladder truck and one with a scissors lift. And the scissors lift actually works. Anyway, I had a flat car that came with... I can't remember what it came with, a set that I bought last week. So I figured I would just mount this truck on this flat car and see how it's going to look. So a great way to do this, to mount these trucks, temporarily of course, until I actually wire it onto the flat car, is to use museum wax. Museum wax is, it's also called quake hold. It's like putty, but it's really sticky. And you can put it on the bottom of a vase or something fragile, stick it to a shelf, and it won't fall off the shelf in case of an earthquake. So anyway, this stuff is really easy to use. It's really sticky, but it leaves no residue at all. So you can just take this stuff and stick it directly to the wheels on whatever you want to put on your flat car. And it doesn't take very much. And like I said, this stuff is really sticky. It's as sticky as honey. It feels like glue, but it actually isn't. It's just a super fine microcrystalline wax. And so you can just stick this directly to the wheels on a truck and then stick it directly to the flat car. So I'll put a bit on the front wheels, we'll put a little bit on the back wheels and see how this works, or how this looks. So just a bit of this stuff. It doesn't take very much. Just stick it directly on these wheels. And then, of course, line the wheels up so they're definitely going to make contact with the flat car. So, point these down, hold it with my finger, and you can then just stick this down directly to the flat car. As you see, so that works actually quite well. It's really simple. It's fairly inexpensive, a couple bucks for a jar of this stuff. And if you're in an earthquake zone and you don't want stuff falling off the shelf, this is the stuff to use. It really, really works. So line this up. That doesn't look too bad. All right, let's bring a locomotive up. Hold on. This is Lionel. And we'll put it right over here. Let me grab the camera off the tripod. All right, so we've got the truck stuck to the flat car. As you see, that doesn't look too bad. Let's put it here. Like I said, this flat car came with some set I bought last week. So it's even the same color as the caboose. All right, let's take it around and see how it does. So it's a really simple way to stick these loads onto a flat car. Temporary, of course, and until you get around to actually wiring it on there. But it gives you a chance to run a car with a load on it and see what it's going to look like. It works well enough. And it'll stay on there until you take it off. Let me line up my ladder. Anyway, once you get this stuck on there, you can go around and take off the excess so it doesn't show. But the nice thing about it is the fact that it works. It really keeps these things stuck to these flat cars. And you can move them around, of course, as you see. But it's a really simple expedient to stick a load on a flat car to see if you're going to like it on the flat car or not. Like I said, that'll stay on there until you take it off. And you can clean it up so it doesn't show at all. But that museum wax works. It works really, really well. Anyway, the point being, these Menards die-cast trucks, cars, helicopters, things are really, really inexpensive. They're usually $2.99. And I went up to Menards and they had them on sale for $1.99. And they're actually made quite well. And you see, they're both exactly the same truck. This one has a different body on it with a scissors lift. And the scissors lift actually works, just like this ladder. It comes up, it swivels. So they're definitely worth $1.99. There's no doubt about that. So it's a really great way to add a load to a Menards car. And they're cheap. They're actually quite robust. It's all die-cast metal. Some plastic, of course, the ladder and the bucket on the end. But they're definitely worth $1.99. So I bought a couple of them. And since I had this flat car, I figured I'd just go ahead and stick this on there. And after I run it, see if I want to leave it on there, then I'll just wire the truck on. But for now, that museum wax works. It's a, like I said, it's a great expedient, and it'll stay on there until you physically take it off. But that way you can test it, run it, see what it looks like, see if you want to leave it on there. But it's a really simple way to mount virtually any load at all. You know, this one actually rolls quite easily, and it locked those wheels directly to that flat car with no problem at all. So museum wax, it works. It's really simple to use it, and it comes off and leaves no residue of any kind. So anyway, as you can see, that doesn't actually look too bad. Anyway, $1.99. So it's a really great way to be able to add loads to these flat cars. And these Denver die-cast models are, like I said, they're really well made. This is actually screwed to the cardboard. There's 2 screws that go up through the bottom of it. And they're die-cast metal. They're really inexpensive. And they're decent quality. They're definitely worth $2.99. And in this case, they were $1.99. They were on sale. And Menards has a huge container, probably about 4 by 4 feet, in the center of an aisle. And there's hundreds, literally hundreds of these things just dumped in there. Your choice, $2.99. There's airplanes, helicopters, motorcycles, cars, trucks. Anything you could think of is in that box. You just have to dig down until you find something that you want. But in this case, for $1.99, I figured it'd make a great load for that flat car. Excuse me. It looks good. It was inexpensive. It's brand new. And to buy this, if you buy one of these cars with a load on it, they're $29. You know, you can make one for virtually nothing. I mean, the truck was $1.99, and that flat car came with something I bought last week. I'm not even sure what. But it's a really simple way to mount it with that museum wax. And like I said, if you don't like it, you can take it right off. The museum wax comes off. It leaves no residue of any kind. So it works. Anyway, museum wax. It's really, really simple. It's fairly inexpensive. And like I said, it's a microcrystalline wax. It's really, really sticky. But it doesn't leave any residue. It doesn't leave any residue on your fingers. It doesn't leave any residue on whatever you got it stuck to. And you'll find the same thing. It's called Quake Hold, and it's for sticking things to shelves. So in the instance of an earthquake, they don't fall. It works. It works really well. Anyway, I've used it for mounting lots of stuff on these flat cars, so I just wanted to do a quick video. But as you can see, it works. It works absolutely perfectly. Almost invisible, and you can make it completely invisible if you want to. But the nice thing about it, of course, is it's a great expedient. Gives you a chance to run it without actually having to wire the load to the flat car, or glue it, or screw it, or however you want to mount it. So museum wax, it works. So in any case, these Denver die-cast trucks, in this case they were $1.99, so I picked up 2 of them, and you just can't beat them. I mean, they're really, really good quality. And they're really inexpensive. So just a quick video. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email. BENZTRAINZ@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.